Finally, we're getting some good offensive news for the New England Patriots. We're going to talk about it here. My name is Aaron. This is Sports Talk Patriots, your one-stop shop. Anything New England Patriots, daily basis, right here. So do me a favor, before we get started, I've said this 100 times, hit that like button, subscribe, comment below, comment, subscribe, like, truly appreciate it. So the New England Patriots this offseason and all of last year, the big talk has been this offense is trash. It's trash. It's what? Trash. You just said it. I just said it. We know they're trash. So defensively, yeah, got some returners. Hopefully we get some extensions done. We'll see. And that defense should be humming. Offensively, a lot of struggles. And I will tell you, it's been a lot of optimism when it comes to the younger talent coming in. But I have good news for you. I have found some positive news offensively for the New England Patriots. This is going to be big. And what's interesting is in the past, a lot of what we've talked about offensively, we've talked a lot about quarterback. We've talked a lot about the wide receivers, especially these young guys like Pop, Polk, and Baker. And I'm going to be talking about Baker soon at some point this week again. But we've been talking about them. And then we've spent a lot of time on the offensive line. One position we haven't talked a ton about is the running back position. So Ramondre Stevenson, ya boy, recently was rated number 2 when it came to breakout running backs, which is awesome. You go up here, Josh Jacobs, number 1, going to Green Bay. Ramondre getting that hefty extension, which is awesome. And as well with the extension, probably, hey, a lot more responsibility, a lot more weight on the shoulders, and I think he can take it. What I thought was awesome about this was in 2022, he was running back number 7, and then last year before he got hurt, and we can jump to his stats right here, before he got hurt last year, he was on pace to have similar finish, so running back 7, 6, around that area. And so in 12 games, we see he still averaged, this is huge in the NFL, averaging 4 yards. That's impressive. 2022, 5 yards a carry. That is solid. Now, big issue, 4-5-5. Hey, if you're an elite running back, you're going to have to be putting up more touchdowns than that. And I'm not blaming that on him. Don't think I am. I think a lot of it is we look at the Patriots of old, especially their offense, and the run game, it could go to multiple people. I feel like running backs for the New England Patriots were always just so, hey, am I going to start this person at fantasy? I don't know. Is he going to be consistent or not? Is Belichick going to use him? Whoever the offensive coordinator is, McDaniels, whatever, what's going to happen? I think going into, I don't think I know from reading up on Van Pelt's system, is he talks a lot about, hey, run heavy, which I love it. Cram it down their throats, run the ball. Especially when you have someone like Ramondre who he talked about right here that he likes being that third down back. He likes that opportunity. And I think this is great. Make fullbacks great again. Make them great again. Bring them back to the game. And that's that smash mouth football that I know I grew up with, which is awesome. Get them in that offset I formation, and hey, listen, we're gonna be doing a power. We're gonna be going off B gap, whatever, and we're gonna cram it down your throat, and you got to stop us. And so when you got a big time fullback coming at you, it ain't no joke. So I think that the big news, obviously, is everyone's talking about, well, what about the line? What about the wide receivers? What about the quarterback? All these different things. And I am guilty of this. I forget about Ramondre. So what do you guys think? Do you think that he is going to have an awesome year this year? I want you to comment below. Do you think how about this? How many rushing touchdowns do you think he's going to score? Do you think it's going to be we'll give you some betting odds. Do you think it's going to be over 7.5 or under 7.5? Over 7.5, under 7.5. So I think I'm looking at the over. Again, I am more optimistic than most on the offensive line. If you haven't seen any of my offensive line videos, I've done a couple the past couple days that have shined some light on some potential changes that they can make. Some young talent on the line and see what they can do. But I think that Stevenson, there's a reason they paid him the money. They could have easily let him walk. the NFL has had these bubbles of times where they've been like, hey, I can go in the draft and get this later running back, and they can be just as productive. And so there's a reason they paid him. He played well. If he can do well, and then as well, he has that kind of counterpunch with Antonio Gibson, which is going to be huge as well. That someone's in there with experience as well. And so I think both of them give that element of they can catch the ball out of the backfield, which is going to be huge. I believe it's this article I pulled up. They used a comparison, and I liked it, even though I think Stevenson is more of like in a way than Alvin Kamara, a power runner. I think he can run you over, but also has that versatility to go east and west and then break it into the second or third level. Where Alvin Kamara, I feel like he was quick, agile. I'm not saying Stevenson isn't. I think that Stevenson is just more of the whole package, if that makes sense. And so I see that comparison, but I would take Stevenson over Kamara, even though Kamara, the system he was in, he was utilized so well. In college, there's a reason he left Alabama to went to Tennessee. In Tennessee, he could have been ridiculous under Butch Jones. Again, you're like, why are you talking college football? He could have been ridiculous, but the fact is that he wasn't utilized like he should have been. I think Stevenson will be utilized perfectly in Van Pelt's system as well. Comment on that below. What do you think about that? So over under 7.5 touchdowns, and do you think he's going to be utilized well in Van Pelt's system, in his run heavy, cram the ball down their throat type of deal? Comment below. I want to hear about it. And so that's the good news when it comes to offense. I feel like a lot of things I've been looking at, reading, even thinking about myself, it's just been like question mark on the offense. And you tend to forget that Stevenson's still there. He signed a nice contract. Antonio Gibson's there. And so they have weapons, and they have a potential run game. The question is they gotta solidify a line to be able to block and open holes and pull and do all those different things. So what do you guys think? Over under 7.5 touchdowns, as well as what do you think Stevenson's going to do when it comes to Van Pelt's system? Now, other story we're going to pull to, just because we got time, and I thought, why not? Bill Belichick. Apparently, he has came out recently and said, "You're like, don't talk about him. I don't want to talk about him." Listen, he won. He helped you guys win 6 Super Bowls. Come on, it'll be all right. So Belichick apparently came out the other day and said he plans on or would like to coach in 2025. So he's going to be on Inside the NFL this year, this whole season. And then I'm assuming whenever he gets an opportunity, he's going to jump on it for the 2025 season. Now, you look at a lot of teams that are in that position where they kind of need that just last step to take it to the next level. I think some of them, again, have taken a step back. So you look at the Buffalo Bills, I think they've taken a step back. So they lost Davis and Diggs. I don't think that's great for them. The Eagles, who knows? They kept a lot of the same weapons, but at the same time, Soriano, I don't know. The team fell apart last year. Dallas Cowboys always choking in the playoffs, which is awesome to see. So, but on Colin Cowherd talked about him potentially, Sean McDermott, if you ever heard his Al-Qaeda speech to the team, a lot of people still think he's on thin water about that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you got to go Google it. It is rough motivational speech that he used. But if you know what I'm talking about, maybe you're laughing right now. It's funny, not funny. But anyways, Colin Cowherd, whatever you like to think about him, talked about he thinks the ideal landing spot is the Buffalo Bills. And the reason I'm saying that is, one, the Bills have gone 0-3 in the playoffs against the Chiefs. They haven't taken that extra step. I think, again, there's a reason that there's always digs in the media and people saying, like, he's not happy there. He's not happy there. It's probably because he was telling people, hey, I'm not happy here. I want to get traded. I think there's a reason that he is now in Houston and he's not still with the Bills. Because, again, C.J. Stroud, that's a great situation he's walking into. A lot of young talent, a lot of opportunities there. But Josh Allen is a great quarterback, whatever you like to think of him or not. He's a competitor and can compete. So apparently, allegedly, Bill Belichick says he wants to go somewhere where there is a competitive quarterback. There's a top-tier quarterback. So that really narrows it down to there. Whatever you think about the Cowboys and Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a huge Dak Prescott fan. I think that team in the regular season, somehow they can perform, but then when it comes to the playoffs, they always choke. And so I saw the other day someone was talking about how Dak Prescott is the best quarterback in the NFC. I would disagree with that. But this is the AFC East we're talking about. So anyways, Bill Belichick wants to go somewhere. I don't think the Jets are going to happen just because, again, Aaron Rodgers' window is so small. The Eagles, maybe with Jalen Hurts, but apparently he wants to stay out east. He wants to keep his family in that area. And I think that someone will take a chance on Belichick. It's a matter of time. I think last year a lot of teams were just like, is it you look at some of the teams that were hiring coaches, are they like in that realm of taking that next step to the Super Bowl? No, not necessarily. So I can see why they're like, he's older. I don't want to take that chance. So we have 3 questions today. First question is Stevenson over under 7.5 touchdowns. Then how do you think Stevenson's going to do in Van Pelt's offense? And our third question is this: Bill Belichick, where's he going to be coaching in 2025? Comment below. That's all I'm going to say. My name's Aaron. This is Sports Talk Patriots. Subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, like, comment one more time. That's getting annoying. I'll stop. I'll talk to you later. Appreciate it. Peace.